Freedom is never given to anybody, for the oppressor has you in domination because he plans to keep you there, and he never voluntarily gives it up. And that is where the strong resistance comes. We've got to revolt in such a way that after revolt is over, we can live with people as our brothers and their sisters.
Struggle, still I rise. Well aware that my limit is the skies. I stay grounded for my brothers and sisters who hypnotized by the beast. No sign of the freedom of which he speaks. He pacifies the sheep with the promise of peace. Still, you sing his praises and partake in his feast. Instead of sharpening your skills, just try and sever the least. If fire burns, we can unlearn what Babylon teach. Eternally move against the grain, or it's your soul in exchange for profits and fame. Where freedom is to be pursued and never attained. It seems you're only free to pick the make and model of your chain. Free to get slaughtered for calling God by the wrong name. The song's been the same for too long, time for change. The world should be purged and purified by the flame, so we can build a foundation out of loveful heights. Quench the dark with a splash of light.
Do you believe?
Yes, I do.
What you hear and what you read?
No, because the sources are controlled by greed.
But will you fight?
Yes, I will.
Even if you have to kill?
Sometimes to destroy is the only way to build.
Praise God, praise Jah, praise the spirit of Allah, Muhammad, Jesus Christ, and S.i.g.h.t. All we gotta do is keep our faith and direction, and have sight in these days of deception. In this age of the fallacy, enslaved by my salary. Work, consume, but don't gain calories. Hit the gym, exercise, lose weight, get callous to the world, forget God and lose faith.
It's rubbish.
And a trap, so rise above it. They love it when you fall and you can't overcome it. Chains are only chains if you remain bound. My spirit stays free like little kids on playgrounds. No question, there will always be oppression. Avoid violence, use my mind as a weapon. If you slept in, good morning and welcome to the struggle. Now play your part and find your piece of the puzzle. Rebuttal, educate, raise your fists and resist. Elevate your mental state, never give up and persist. Ever since I was a boy, I was taught not to fight, but I swear that I rebel if I get the spotlight.
Sights beyond sights, mind power over might. Love will prevail and it's your freedom fight.
Now that's vision, that's why we pick it towards the wicked. Because the righteous are sparse in this business, kept in the dark, so they promote the sickness. And get pissed when the youth goes to war over riches. It's a vicious cycle, it must be broken. Sight is vital, so don't lose focus.
Do you believe?
Yes, I do.
What you hear and what you read?
No, because the sources are controlled by greed.
But will you fight?
Yes, I will.
Even if you have to kill.
Sometimes to destroy is the only way to build. Praise God, praise Jah, praise the spirit of Allah, Muhammad, Jesus Christ, and S.i.g.h.t. All we gotta do is have faith and direction, and keep sight in these days of deception.
If there was one thing I could change about the corrupted U.S. government, that would be to increase the focus on inner city crimes. If I had to change one thing, man, I'd change our education system, man. You know, I think we, in the high school level, our education system is lower compared to a lot of major other countries, man. I'd change our education system.
If I had one thing to change about the world, it would be providing more for homeless children and families a covenant home.
If there was one thing that I could do to change the world, it would be to educate society on the benefits of legalization of marijuana.
If I could change the world, I would like that we all appreciate each other as individuals for their values and not to try to change their ways of being themselves or who they really are.
One thing I would change in life would be the justice system. I think that people get away with things in life because of who they are or what money they make. And there's no difference. There's no difference between me and you. You know, we're all the same people regardless of what we have in our bank account. Yeah, if there's one thing I'll change, it's the Constitution. I have to change all that around there. Capitalism. get that, bring it back, and make everything just, man. One.
If I could change anything, I would make sure every child was fed and was always loved and wanted.
If I could change one thing out of the world, I would change the negativity in today's society because it's affecting our children's behavior. And if we don't change our ways, the future of this country is without hope.
If there's one thing in the world I would change the way music is taught in our society and make it a required science so that our children can enjoy it and expand their horizons.
If there is one thing in life that I would change is I would go back to when Adam and Eve were the only people placed on this earth, and I would not let Eve take a bite of that apple, and maybe then we wouldn't have to change anything in this world.
If there was anything I would like to see change in this world, it would be the right to not believe in any religion and not be outcasted as an atheist, but to be respected as someone who believes in a creator. Remember, God is not in a church or in a book, it's inside of you. You.